So there's been an awful lot going on. I'm going to really try hard not to get emotional in this video because it's important to me that I put out content that you guys are going to be invested in. Everyone, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a different kind of video today, and as you can see, a completely different sort of setup. So welcome to this odd setup. I don't even know what's going on with my sofa here. But in case you're new to this channel, hello, I'm Louise and I talk generally on this channel about lifestyle and living the dream. So living the dream, it can be anything really, it depends what you want. I mean, does it mean you want to be a millionaire? Not necessarily. Does it mean you want to be happy? Probably. Does it mean you want to be free? So there's all these words that you can use, and generally that's what we talk about on this channel. Now I'm asking you today if you will give me a little bit of guidance and support as to if you would like to hear about the next kind of things that I've got that I'm going to talk to you about. So there's been an awful lot going on. I'm going to really try hard not to get emotional in this video because it's important to me that I put out content that you guys are going to be invested in and want to know about. And I've been watching some other YouTube videos recently from some other people, and it's inspiring to the point of thinking I'm not open enough. Maybe I need to be a little bit more open with you guys. So the question to you is, do you want to hear about this? Do you want me to make videos of this content to let you know what's going on? So my niche, if you like, is yes, all about living the dream, but it's also about the fact that we're human beings, and sometimes the dream isn't as straightforward a path as some of the gurus would like you to think. So it might be a case of we're getting in our own way, or we're putting blocks up. I mean, I'm the queen of doing that in a certain department of my life, which we won't go into because this is not the video for that. But you know, you can make all sorts of things go wrong through your own human errors getting in the way. And I like to be very real, and I like to sometimes show you my vulnerabilities, and I've even cried on channel, you know, and you guys have all been there and really supportive of me, especially those of you that watch the Motivational Monday videos week on week on week. You're always really supportive of that. But there's a lot of things that I've kept off of camera purposely because it's a little bit difficult to deal with and it's quite controversial, and what I don't want to do is for people to come onto this channel and produce any sort of negativity around anything. So if you're listening to what I'm about to say and you think that's not going to be something that I want to know about, please let me know. But also, it's not a place that you come here and you just dump off your difficulties around the subject. So let's just not talk about it, and let's just, you know, you can click off at any time. You're quite welcome to make that choice. I want to talk a little bit about being the sandwich generation. Like my tutor from my science last year when I graduated, she said that I'm kind of that sandwich generation. That can be anything between sort of like, I don't know, really 35 to probably 65. It depends when you had your children, but a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, are just starting to have their little children now, which beggars belief with me. But so my children are kind of like, I've spent a lot of time nurturing them, bringing them up, making all my life choices around them and what they might need. And also I'm now having to care for my parent. Dad died, and obviously I dealt with that, and pretty much single-handedly, apart from a really, really close friend who was there, like propping me up all of the way. And obviously the kids, you know, they were great, but planning funerals and everything is flipping hard. So I went through all of that, and then I supported Mum in her illness, which she was struck down with like a year to the day after Dad died, which was just so bizarre. And we're in a situation now where life is quite difficult for quite a few reasons, and things are going to be changing around our lives. So as you might be able to tell, I'm not sitting in my house. You've seen this sofa before. It used to be in my house, then it left my house, and now it's come back to a different house. It's going to be going back to my house. So what we're having done, we're having a lot of work done around property and houses and things like that for a specific reason, and I want to know really if that's something that you might be interested in watching. If you say yes, then you're going to see me giving you a tour of this house in this dress that I've just filmed just now with Jasmine's help. If you say no, then it's something I will completely respect and I won't be putting on this channel, because I know a lot of the time we talk here about lifestyle, health, fitness, less fitness, health through nutrition, travel, living the dream, all that sort of thing, and I will continue to do that anyway. But I didn't know if you wanted me to do the more kind of daily vlogging thing. I'm getting towards a situation at the moment. It's early part of August now. In a month's time, my postgraduate dissertation will be in, and that for me has been completely like living the dream, has been by writing that, and I've just absolutely loved it. It's been a journey, it's been very, very difficult, and it makes me really emotional when I talk about it, because for me, I'm really sorry, this does make me emotional. Oh, for me, I'm completely living the dream right now, in relation to my own life and in relation to everything that I've ever kind of wished where my life could be. It's kind of there now. I'm pretty sure I'm telling the truth when I say that. But there's been challenges because I'm going to struggle talking about this, but it's important that I just plough on through it. So initially, you saw probably about 2 years ago, you saw quite a bit of mum on this channel. We was doing quite a bit of travelling, and I have still got some stuff to edit. And then there's not been very much talk about her. She's not really featuring me on my social media like she was. I was initially blogging, talking about what it's like living with somebody who has dementia and heart failure. And then I've stopped talking about it, I've stopped filming it, purely because it's a really, really tough thing to live with, and it's a very difficult subject. And I think everybody would have a different experience on this. So this video is going somewhere, bear with me. Now, not that long ago, I met Laura and Milo, who are going to feature on an upcoming video if you guys say yes, you want to be part of this. And we're going to make a video between us talking about dementia and the challenges that carers face. This isn't about, oh, look at how sad this is, this person's got dementia. This is about the challenges that people like me come up against. And don't get me wrong, mum is still very high functioning, so she can dress herself, she can make food, she can live completely independently, and that is a totally different scenario to somebody who's caring for somebody who is very low functioning and is a danger to themselves and their family and all that. So I completely am totally respectful of that. But for me to talk about my experience living with my mum, so let me tell you the story. So what happened was, 2.5 years ago, mum had a really massive heart attack, and if you know anything about heart attacks, her troponin level was just under 7,000, which is huge. So that means there was a lot of damage done to her heart. She was a very heavy smoker. She smoked over 60 cigarettes a day until she was about 55. So probably that wouldn't have helped. But other than that, she was quite a fit and well lady. She was walking around. She doesn't drive, so she used to walk quite a lot of places. And I think having that level of fitness probably saved her life. While she was in hospital, the doctors said she sounds really like batty as a fruitcake, basically, is kind of what they were saying in a really polite way. And us, all the family, was just like, oh, she's always like that. She's always like that. She's a funny human being. She's quite a funny person. But the nurses would come around in the morning and say, how are you feeling? She'd sound completely fine. The doctors and the consultants would come around later and she'd say, terrible, I've had a terrible night, I'm in loads of pain. And she does that to try and be funny. It isn't funny, obviously it's dangerous because you're giving them a misdiagnosis, and they were confused and they put us down the path of getting her diagnosed, and she's been diagnosed with mixed dementia. So she has Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. So vascular dementia is pretty much like a heart attack in the brain. So it's where the blood vessels, and obviously chronic disease is my bag. This is what I studied at uni. So all the blood vessels and that are all kind of furred up. So that's vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. But I still think a lot of it is just mum's personality that they've diagnosed on. That said, I found it difficult for a lot of reasons. I found it difficult because this is going to really sting me to talk about. First thing I want to say, I've absolutely done my best that I can do. I've dug deep inside to find lots of love and affection for her, to understand her difficulties. But my mum has always been somebody who, when Dad was alive, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this now, she really led him a merry dance in his life, and he jokingly, half jokingly, not really, said I could never retire because I couldn't stand being at home all day, being nagged by your mother, because she's a terrible nag. She's a finger clicker. She expects everybody to do everything for her all of the time, and this is also brushed off onto me and the children. Now, just really quickly, I just want to go over this quickly. I left home at the age of 16 for a reason. Things were difficult at home. Also, I met twins' dad and fell very deeply in love and wanted to be with him, so you know, it all kind of fitted in, and I moved out, and I haven't lived with mum since. And then when she got sick, initially in the ward, she was saying, I'm going to go stay with my daughter for a few days, and then she got sick again. We had to go back into hospital. She came out, stayed with us again, and then it went on and on like that. So she has been with us now for 2.5 years. It's becoming very, very difficult for me to carry on, to have her living in our space, because aside of everything else, people are so different in the way that they live. Like she lives, like this is her dining room set behind us. Now when she's in this house, this is where I'm going with it, she's going to be moving this house. When she's in this house, that's going to be full of loads of knick-knacky things and stuff, and I don't like that kind of thing. That's just a different taste. So that's become difficult as well. Obviously my work has had to take a real back step, and I've had to rethink everything, even down to the point that I'm really living my dream at the moment and being the full-time writer that I've always wanted to be. But it's very difficult to fit that in, as well as making sure the twins are okay and that mum's okay, and where's my time fit into this. It's really quite difficult, and I don't want that to sound selfish and uncaring, because I'm not a selfish or uncaring person. But if I don't do something now, it's going to become very, very difficult. Aside of which, obviously I've got my own health struggles, which you guys know about. I've got Crohn's and I've got ankylosing spondylitis. I don't want to harp on about that too negatively and go, oh, poor me. That's not my style, but it's, suffice to say, it's become very difficult. So what we're doing, and my house, my roof is leaking. We've got so many things that need doing in the house. Mum will not be able to deal with the dust, because I don't know if you're aware, with heart failure, it depends which side, left or right side of the heart, but Mum's heart isn't pumping out properly, so her blood backs up into her lungs and gives her a cough. She just keeps saying, oh, I've got a little dry cough. It's not, it's the heart failure causing that. And dusty surfaces and everything is not going to help that at all. So while we're having the work done in the house, we said to her, would she like to move out? And one of us will come and stay with her periodically. She's only going to be next door, and she's agreed to that. So she's going to have all of her bits and pieces. She's going to live independently, but with our help. I think it'll be really good for her dementia. It will be really good for mine and the twins' sanity. And I don't want to talk too much about it in case you say, no, we don't want to go down that path. But we're going to have, obviously, this house and everything that's going on here. Renovations on my house, it's all going to be very exciting. And while I've remortgaged to make all these things happen, I've also managed to finance another little flat, which is absolutely beautiful. And I'd like to take you around and show you around there and talk about my property experience. Because I think, maybe you can learn something from it, maybe you can realise as well. And this is where my story comes in, and this is what's excited the academics. If I talk about 20 years ago, I was absolutely, excuse me, but on my arse right now. I was massively pregnant, had no food. I was about to move home, actually. I moved home around about this time of the year. I moved back down to here. It wasn't a particularly nice place that I moved to. Everything was a struggle. I'd gone from having quite a corporate career with many staff to being literally a single parent on benefits, expecting twins with no money. I didn't know what to do, and I've gone from there to here through graft and clever thinking and working really tough and hard and making things happen. And I really want you to be inspired. When you come on this YouTube channel, I want you to be inspired and think, yep, she's done it, I can do it. If I inspire one person to think, actually, I'm going to have a go at doing that because I want my life to be better, then I've done the job. I've done what I needed to do. So the plan is this. This is my life plan, and then you guys let me know if you want to see this, because I'm going to be talking about the struggles living with somebody with dementia, the things that I've learned, the things that we can access to help mum and make her life better. And as well as that, I'm going to go down the path of hopefully our work on the house might be done around about Christmas time. The twins and I are going to go and have a travel. Mum's going to have respite care in here to look after her, because I feel that we really need a break. And we are going to go abroad for 2 weeks, which is going to be incredible. And then I'm going to start back with my work. I've been saying on Mondays on these videos for ages now, oh, I can't, I've got this to upload, I've got that to edit, and I've got all these things to do. And the reason that they've not been done is purely because of all of this other life stuff that's going on. So my plan is to get mum as independent as she can. We'll get some caring to help as well, to help me to look after her. And we're gonna then be really cracking on with the travel vlogging and the writing. So when I go away and I travel vlog, in case you don't know, I review the foods that's on offer. I review the food from the free from side of things, because I have to eat gluten free because I have celiac, and or I am celiac, I have celiac disease. I hate adding the disease word onto that. So I go away, look at the foods, tell you what you can get in the all-inclusive resorts, generally through TUI because I'm a TUI affiliate. So if you then come and click on the link and book your holidays, it makes no difference to the price that you pay, but I get a few pounds for doing that. So that I consider to be my work. Now my main life's work, of course, is writing the books and getting them out there, the life stories, the memoir type of stuff, the inspirational, been there, now here kind of thing, and that is just really what I want to be doing, and I want to be sharing that with you. So I'm really hopeful that you're going to support me in this journey to get mum here, to get the property things all sorted out, and to show you how, if you want to start working digitally, that you can do the same thing as well. I'm always open to questions. Every single week I let you know that in the description box down there is my email address. If you've got a question or you've got nobody else to talk to, and this isn't for any charge, this is purely out of the goodness of my heart, because I want to give back. Like, you guys watch these videos, and you know, I am a partner with YouTube. It was with Style Hall, but they've gone kaput. That's another story for another time. So I am partnered with YouTube. So every time you watch, it helps me out a little bit, and it helps me to provide for my family. Because, you know, now I'm in a position, I've got 4 mouths to feed. It's pretty scary. You know, I'm just this little blonde girl trying to do her best, and I am struggling. And I've kind of think, hopefully, I've found a solution that will benefit everybody. It's going to be a journey for the next 6 months to get us there, and I'm hoping at the end of that I'm going to be like, right, done that, sorted, and it's good. It's going to be an ongoing journey, of course, but I just want to know if you guys want to know about all of this. On top of that, I'm going to be going through, if you're an ankylosing spondylitis person, please give my video a thumbs up and make sure you comment down there, because I want to fist bump you guys. I'm also going to have to access now some physiotherapy and some hydrotherapy from the NASS, who have encouraged that can dramatically change the course of this illness, and I'm all for that. I'm dramatically changing the course of the illness, thank you. So I'm still really working out hard at the gym. All of these things have had to take a back seat, and I'm not kidding you, it's tough. I'm trying to currently write a postgrad dissertation. I'm going to escape to this house. I'm going to turn the internet off. There's no internet in here anyway, and just do it. If you want to see an empty house tour where we are here, and you want to see renovations where we are there, you want me to talk about living with somebody with dementia, and there will be a video made about how difficult it is for carers. And much as I realise that's open for a lot of hate, I would like to think there's a lot of carers out there, because this is a whole other subject, and I'll do that another time, but there are so many people out there who are trying to take care of somebody with dementia, and it's driving them bananas. And I have seen through Laura, who I spoke about earlier, she came and filmed me for a documentary on living with somebody with dementia and how difficult it is. I would imagine it's a completely different experience if you're a very, very close-knit family. We aren't. Me and the twins are. Me and mum less so. She's never been somebody to put her arms around me and has never once said I love you. Seldom says thank you, is never grateful, doesn't try and help. That said, she is who she is, and if she now turned that around and started doing all those things, I'd be really weirded out. So it's fine. It's made me tough enough to be so independent, which can be a bit fierce sometimes. I'm a bit too independent. That said, my childhood wasn't horrific. You know, people have been through far worse things than that, so I'm not sitting here, it's not about that. I just want you to know that, you know, I've done my best, and now it's time to hold my hands up and say, we need some help, please, if somebody can. And if you guys want to be part of that, let me know. This video's gone on and on and on, way too long, and it's just chatty, which can be a little bit boring. So if you're this far in, please make sure you comment down below and let me know that you watched right to the end, because that means a lot to me. Give the video a thumbs up if you do want to be part of the lifestyle vlog thing, and you want me to open up about this. Like I say, I've kept very quiet about it, and purposely because I get really upset talking about it. It is a very, very difficult time of my life, but it's really weird to say that, because the other side, I've never been so happy in my life. I feel as I'm doing the work that I absolutely love. Much as my health isn't brilliant, I'm so positive about where I'm going with it, you know, and I've had some really fun times these sort of last 6 months. I've met some amazing new people in my life. I've had laughs and fun, and been going out and doing loads of stuff that I wouldn't have done otherwise, and spent a lot of time in London, which is quite cute. I quite like that. and just me back dancing, of course, and singing, and oh god, it's just, life is so good, but there is this challenge, and that's what I'm all about. I'm all about like talking to you about life is difficult sometimes, but let's hold hands and get through it together, kind of thing, you know. So I hope that's made some sense. Let me know if you wanted to listen to these stories, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope to be pretty soon, once I've got my postgrad dissertation submitted at the end of August, I hope to then be doing some more. Obviously there's going to be the renovations going on, but I'm hoping to be able to do some editing of the videos that I've got. I've got me and Mum in Turkey last year. I have got Centre Parks from last year as well. They need editing and uploading. Got loads of other stuff. So onwards and upwards, things are going to be so brilliant. I've got such a good feeling about life, and I will look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks again for watching, and take care. Bye bye for now.